Universal Stella Nova Resort. It's the first of 3 brand new Universal Orlando Resort hotels that are a part of the Universal Epic Universe expansion. It's now open. We're here to give you our honest reviews. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Diz Unlimited Universal Edition. I am Ryno, and joining me for this discussion today, we have Hannah Anderson.
Oh, hey.
She's a Dreams Unlimited travel agent. We've got Chloe Ferreira.
Hey.
She's a theme park correspondent. And then I'm the executive producer. I don't get a song. This and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Universal vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. So check them out, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, for a free, no obligation quote today. It is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We couldn't do this without you. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. Now that I have said all of that, hey gang.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey. What's up?
I just want to let everybody out there know, if you are interested in the Universal Stella Nova Resort, the name is in everything. Universal. So on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DizUnlimited, we have a room tour, a resort tour. We've got reviews of restaurants, the bars, like all this stuff. There's maybe a diary. I don't know if that came out yet or if I even published it or not. There's a bunch of stuff out here, but I thought this would be great to have us all together, one room, so we could just give our little honest, it's been a couple days, and now we've thought about it. We've sat with it. We've let it marinate.
Yeah.
And now we, much like the sun, can explode with our thoughts and feelings. I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with that. Okay, so let me just give everybody just a little bit of information on the resort before we get started. So this is according to the Universal website. This resort is inspired by the infinite vastness of the unexplored universe, where galaxies spiral ever outward and unknown worlds revolve around unnamed stars.
Wow.
This resort has 750 identical rooms. It has a pool deck with a bar, dining, lobby bar, transportation, complimentary shuttles, a gift shop, fitness center, arcade, and a rec room. Universal Stella Nova Resort is located adjacent to the all-new Universal Epic Universe theme park, opening May 22nd, 2025. The website says, and I quote, "Universal Orlando's other theme parks and Universal City Walk are also easily accessible via walking path." I'll tell you right now, that's a straight-up lie.
Incorrect.
I'd like to know the time frame. Is it a day? Is it yeah, sure, I can walk anywhere.
So I
like a 2-hour walk.
Website too, and I'm like, obviously you can't do that now because the roadways are still under construction. But even when the
when it's done.
flyover's done, you literally have to cross I-4. I mean, you're going over it. But
I think what happened is whoever put that webpage together must have copied and pasted info from like Sapphire Falls or something.
Yeah,
no.
Because there's no way. There's no way.
Walk.
I think that's crazy. You can walk there. I did do the walk on the last day when it was sunny and nicer, from the resort.
Yeah, the last day.
Up to where I thought it was, where I guessing the entrance is. It's either, I don't think it's right across the street,
Epic.
but yeah. So it took me about 4 to 5 minutes to get from the hotel to the end of the street. And then if it's down one more, it's about 4 or 5 minutes there. So it is about a 10-minute walk, which I think is incredible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Hannah, do you know the price range on this resort by any chance?
I do. So the average nightly rate is $150 pretty consistently, except for peak season. And then opening weekend is running around $220 for that standard pool view room. As you mentioned, all the rooms are identical. So the only thing you're going to pay extra for would be the side of the hotel that faces Epic Universe is a little bit of a premium for that view type. I have seen if you are a Florida resident or an annual pass holder, you can get a rate as low as like $110.
Yeah.
So very, very reasonable. Like I said, that opening weekend's like the highest I saw at $220. But that's also Memorial Day weekend. So it's holiday weekend and the opening of Epic.
Yeah. So I think it's crazy too, because the proximity to the convention center really threw me for a loop, where I was like, wow, this is going to be great for anybody who's going to like a MegaCon or anything else that's over there. So that I think this hotel is going to do really well in terms of occupancy. I mean, we talked years ago about saying that Universal, yes, this is the big expansion with the theme park. Really, the smartest thing they ever did was just keep building their hotels because people are always going to come here for one way or another, but also making them affordable is the smart move, because it kind of, keeps the business going in, and then eventually people are going to be like, well, I guess I'll go to the park.
Yeah.
How about we start with dining? We're going to talk about the main dining area, which is the Cosmos Cafe and Market. So this is like a quick service dining location. You order, you go pick up your food at a window, and then there is a market area, which is like sort of has grab and goes, like sandwiches. In the morning there'll be breakfast sandwiches, there's pizzas in there, there's ice cream. Let me tell you about that ice cream. They do coffee, and it's like serving Starbucks coffee and stuff like that.
Yeah, we proudly serve Starbucks.
What did you guys think of the food overall at the resort? Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to try anything outside of Galaxy Bar, which also has like a little window for food, because that wasn't open our entire stay. So we're just talking about Cosmos. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. I thought like the variety was really nice for a quick service restaurant, for a resort sort of cafeteria, let's just call it. I thought that everything we had was good. Like even the things that weren't at the top of my list, I don't think were bad. So if I was staying there, I would definitely make it a priority to eat there once, twice. I also
3 times a lady.
3 times a lady, or like 12 times, like we did. And then I think the market is a nice option because for me, I'm a coffee gal, so it's nice to be able to grab like an iced coffee or a specialty coffee in the morning. Ice cream. We love that. Kids love it. And then I was impressed by the grab and go. I thought their breakfast sandwiches were actually decent. And then the pizza that they have available in the cafe, and you can also get it delivered to your room. They had that, as well as like a good selection of sandwiches, grab and go. And it's just nice, especially when Epic opens and you're maybe have a long park day and park is closed and you're still kind of hungry. You can grab pizza, or just better yet, have it delivered to your room until midnight.
Oh, that pizza was delicious.
And the pizza was good.
Oh man, the hot honey chicken and the mushroom with the garlic cream sauce. I mean, we didn't have a red sauce pizza, but I'm sure those are pretty good too.
Yeah.
I'm echoing all of your sentiments, Hannah, about the food. Even the stuff that wasn't at the top of my list that first night that we had dinner, with all of the sandwiches and the macaroni and cheese. I'll tell you about that macaroni and cheese. I regret not getting that one more time while I was there. And then the street corn, the value of everything, I feel like was pretty appropriately priced for, your casual dining. I also liked the different approach to your quick service dining at a value resort. It was like, you order at the register, they give you a pager, and then you go up to the window to pick up your food. It's not the traditional, like food cafeteria food tray down the line waiting with your food getting cold to cash out. So I kind of prefer that. It was nice.
Too. Yeah, it's much more peaceful.
Yeah, I was surprised the dining room wasn't bigger, because I'd imagine it's a 750 room resort, especially opening weekend for Epic. That place is sold out. I was surprised it wasn't a larger area, because even with our during our stay, I noticed there was a couple of pockets of time where people were just like constantly looking for a place to sit with food. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how that plays out with busier times. But food was surprisingly good.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about it as well in terms of like the quality. I didn't think the pricing was necessarily outrageous. I think there's a couple of items where like that could be less, but you mentioned the mac and cheese and the street corn; those were each $7, and they were huge portions of it.
Yeah.
I never really had an issue where anything came out like cold or anything like that. I thought it was all pretty decent. There is a microwave down there as well. If you're somebody who like wanted to bring stuff, or you have leftovers in the room and you want to have them again, you can reheat them down there.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
What if you were that person that burnt your popcorn and
stinking up Stella Nova with burnt
cafe?
Listen, I had a fear. Because I reheated the monkey bread I had gotten in there, and I was just like, ooh.
Oh my gosh! If you ever tick me off, that's how I'll frame you. You burnt the popcorn in the microwave.
I thought the variety of food was good. There are some more popular things that were sold out while we were there that then came back around. I thought it had good variety. I thought there was stuff for like everybody across the board. I thought the kids menu specifically, I remember kept looking at that and thinking to myself like, oh, there's actually a lot of times I find on a kids menu it can just be, because kids are picky eaters, it could just be chicken nuggets and burgers, and it was actually like there was like a bolognese on there and stuff. So it was, I feel like it had a good selection in terms of that. I thought during opening, and of course it's still brand new, I thought the service was a little slow in terms of how long it took to get some of the food prep.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
There was definitely a confusion on the time while I was there because Chloe and Hannah met me for breakfast. We were like, well, I'll meet down here. And we were down there and we were talking before I even walked up. And then I walked up, I'm like, it's 10:50. We got to go order. And then they were like, no, we stopped taking orders at 10:50. And I'm like, well, your sign says 11. Also, it should say somewhere on the website that it's 10:50. And then they said, well, we're going to reopen for lunch right after this, which the 2 days prior it had been 11:30, but for some reason this day it was noon. And I said, your sign says 11:30. It says 11:30 on the website. So this is, that ends up being like an hour and 10 minutes that you're sitting around and you're not able to do anything because you're like, well, I didn't eat yet. So there was some of that, a little bit of that confusion that was still getting worked out. I did have a sandwich on my last day from the grab and go because I was just curious. And I do not think I had it was like a ham and cheese, $10. It was not worth it. Get something at the other cafe.
Yeah.
It was too small. The bread wasn't cooked enough, and it cut my lip when I was eating it.
Oh, no.
Because it was on a baguette. So it had a crispy edge,
Yeah,
and it
that darn
right when I bit
baguette.
into it, I was like, and I was like,
They're sharp.
great.
What'd you call me?
What'd you call me? Yeah. So
Guess both ways.
I'd like to try the outdoor area. I think it's wings and stuff like that. I did try wings one of the nights. Those are good. I had a lot on this menu, and I will tell you, I liked more than not. Here's my favorite items. There was a veggie wrap, which sounds so boring, but it was pressed in a
spinach.
no, just like a flour or a wheat wrap, I think. But it was so good. I had it with our friend Brooke, and she also agreed it was one of the best things. She's a vegetarian, but there were a lot of vegetarian options, which was nice. But this thing was so good. The Caesar salad, I got it with the salmon. It is a house-made Caesar dressing. I know you're like, the cafeteria Caesar salad. The dressing was really good. Yeah.
Well, even the side salad you got that, or we got that first night, was more than just some romaine lettuce and some croutons. It was nice.
It was like a try-mix, and it had veggies in it and stuff, and I thought that was really good. Yeah. So there was a lot of surprises like that. So let's move over. If you want to hear more about that, again, there is a review of it on our YouTube channel. But what do we think about the Nova Bar? We went down there. I know on the last night, our whole group got together and we had some drinks over there. I'm just curious what you thought of your.
I know you guys had more of an experience, but I had the black hole espresso martini. You guys were there more than I was. That's all. I think you guys were there.
Some shade at us.
Yeah, you luscious.
No. I'm happy for you. I chose not to one time because I was about to get on the road too. So I wish I could have partook a little bit more. But I had the black hole espresso martini, and that was good. I was so happy with it. It was refreshing, and it had little chocolate shavings on the top. It looked like a little galaxy on the top, and it was nice. All the bartenders were fantastic. Even when I went up there and I didn't get a drink, they were also friendly. I don't think that's true.
I actually had a problem with one of them specifically.
But our girl Christina, right?
Our girl Christina was the best friendly bartender, maybe period ever I've ever had.
I would agree.
Cannot emphasize enough how good she was. And there was another young lady that was really nice. There was one that lectured me on bar etiquette, which is insane because the night before. So the first night I was there, it was a long line, and I waited in the line for 25 minutes with one other person. We got up there, literally no one had gotten in line behind me. No one else has come up. Yeah. And she goes and helps people who had just walked up on the other side of the bar. And I'm like, you could have just finished and then went to them. I didn't say that out loud. I'm thinking that in my head.
Right.
So the other night, the last night when we were there, I got drinks for everybody, all of us there. And there was 2, 4, 6, 7 of us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had stepped away because I had to say something. I had dropped a piece of my camera somewhere, so I was talking to the manager, and I turned around, and they had started making the drinks for you guys. Not done yet. They hadn't even put out a single drink yet. So I waited, and then when she came, I was like, "Oh, could I get this drink?" And she was like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "I have to help these other people who have walked up. They were here." And I was like, well, they walked up since I've been standing here. And she's like, I know, but your group is, and I'm like, well, I want to pay for everybody's drinks so that we can step aside and go sit over here. And then and she's like, it's just bar. And I was like, it's the same one who didn't take me at last night. And I was like, do you know, have I offended you in some way? Because this is the second time in a row. Yeah. And the fact that she brought up bar etiquette to me, I was like, because I'm one to just sit there quietly and wait my turn 100%. Like, I'm not that person who keeps the tabs like that, but she's just so, I didn't care for that. So that service, and on that first night, there was only like one bartender out there for a lot of it. So they need to get a little bit of that together, I think. But again, Christina, if you're there, you're about to have one of the best experiences.
Yeah, I would say if you see her at the bar, like, go ahead and order. Yeah, because she's fantastic.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, she won a
But did you guys like your drinks?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked everything that I had from there. I feel like the Black Hole was the standout. It was a good espresso martini. And it was made, like, I watched them make the drinks and everything was made with care. Like, it was, everything was handcrafted and had some sort of garnish. And so, and it was, I will say, because the pool bar was closed, I don't think that bar is normally going to be that busy, maybe opening weekend. But I think because we were all there hanging out, because it was a brand new hotel and the outside bar wasn't open, it was busy. But I like, and also normally it's not open till 5, but it was open during the day because the pool bar was not open.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. My girl.
Wow, that's really important to know.
It is. But I think, in terms of atmosphere, it's a lobby bar, but there is seating and you can sit at the bar. Yeah. And I feel like for that price point hotel, it's a nice option to be able to have that, like, nightcap, or like you mentioned, if you were there for the convention center, that's, and you were staying there, it's a good place to like meet up. And
I thought for the value of the hotel that it is, the ranking it is, there are other hotels even on Disney property, especially the DVC hotels, where I'm like, there's no good bar, there's no lobby bar, there's no like bar, like and this. So I thought that excelled in terms of like what it was and the offerings that it had, because there was quite a few themed drinks. They were all themed to different like constellations and stuff. And then there was a really good selection of local beer and other beers, like the tried and true classics and stuff. But there was 2 local breweries on there that I really enjoyed. And what's interesting is I did get to see the menu for the outside bar, and it's all themed again, but it's all different drinks. Go out there, the drinks are the same price. They told me they're not as strong because they factor in, you get a souvenir cup there, and it is the only place where you can get branded merchandise, because it's just a cup. It's just that collectible cup, and it was a nice cup, but it was literally only open the first like hour and a half that we were there, because literally we got there at like 4:30. It might even been less than that, because it closed. That bar closed at 6, and then it just never reopened. Yeah. She went to bed and she never woke up.
Yeah,
it was too cold.
What happened? So we found that out. They don't open the pool deck if it's less than 50
less
degrees.
Than 50, yeah.
And it doesn't happen here often.
Which also, I don't know if that's 100% true, because on that last day, it was like 55 degrees before I left, and my thing was like, feels like 60. And I was like, no one was out there. And I was like, are you guys going to open it? And they're like, they're trying to find somebody. And I waited like 3 hours, and they didn't. So I finally left at like 3.
Yeah.
I was like,
they're on their way in.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
They took the day off. They're like, it's cold. We're not doing it.
Okay. So, the big thing when you stay at a hotel is the room.
Yep. The what?
The room.
The Roomba.
Oh my God.
DJ Roomba.
What did you guys think of that room? What did you say, Chloe? It was like 315 square feet?
Yes, 315 square feet. They all have 2 queen beds.
You're telling me.
They're spacious. Sleeps up to 4 adults. Upon first walking in, I really enjoyed the full just look of the room. I loved the curved window. It makes you feel like you're in a space station. I loved the the galaxy imagery above the bed. I do wish it like twinkled or something cute, but I agree. But it comes equipped, with like USB-C and USB chargers all around the room. So it's like one of your smart technology rooms. There was a huge flat screen TV. I liked the way the sofa was like built into the like dresser.
Yeah.
It had like a mid-century modern, but like a space age 60s touch to it.
It felt like a Jetsons, like a Jetsons, like somewhere that they would go on vacation. You would have seen in that maybe.
Yeah.
Like
and
that.
Our room was brand new. It smelled like construction when you walked in, like clean construction, like brand new fixtures and everything. I thought the room looked beautiful, and I feel like the room itself, I'm surprised that the price point is the way it is, because it really reminded me of Aventura, which is like that middle grade category that Universal has. It might not have all of like the tech upgrades that Aventura has, but the level of quality the room is, I feel like it's a pretty reasonable price.
Yeah,
at Stella Nova.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like the layout was really smart the way that they did it, because for the size, it felt much larger than that. There was lots of storage in the closet, and then there's a dresser in the main area by the beds, and it was a little weird, but it was nice, that partition between the bathroom and the room. It was like a glass
privacy.
wall.
I call it the perv wall. I loved it.
Yeah, a little peep show.
I loved it. I'd be pressed up making smiley faces with my uptown ladies here.
Yeah, where were we when that was happening, huh?
One other thing was
You weren't
the
invited
bathroom.
to that after show.
Rude.
The bathroom lighting is really good at this resort, because I'm used to Cabana Bay has pretty reasonable lighting, but even like I stayed at Royal Pacific and Sapphire Falls in the last couple of months, and the bathroom lighting has a lot to be desired. This one has some good overhead, but there's a warm LED light coming from behind the mirror that you can turn on. Really nice for
Good for
getting
makeup.
ready. Yeah.
Eyebrow tweezing.
I thought the way the room was set up, you can't put bags under the bed. But there is an area like when you first walk in that you could put, suitcases. And then I realized too, the couch and that bureau that Chloe spoke of are also a little bit off the ground, where I was like, oh, the carry-ons could definitely fit under here, backpacks, whatever. So there was a lot of like little tuck away areas. And then each side of the bed, I think you could definitely get your luggage up there. But yeah, plenty of outlets, lots of USB and USB-C. So everybody in your group should be able to charge their
nice.
devices in this resort, which is nice. And I like the bureau had a really long, nice open countertop to like kind of set things down and be able to organize yourself, because I am one of those people that does unpack on a trip.
Oh, me too, girl. You know it.
I like to take my little cubes out and just see everything, and then it's
Home away
easier.
from home.
It does have the tiny standard like fridge. I don't think the TV was huge. Chloe said huge. I'd say it was just like an average size.
Did I say huge? I'm sorry.
Because I actually had friends who came in and were like, "Oh, I thought the TV would be bigger." I thought the giant open window was really nice. They had these really big circular windows that let in a lot of light, but then also they had nice blackout curtains behind it, which I thought was really cool. It was just I thought it had really good views either side of it. It was whether it was the theme park view. I did not have theme park view. I had the. Like I could see directly at the other hotel and the convention center. But what was really nice, I didn't notice on the first night, or I didn't notice on the exterior of our hotel, was that they have light fixtures around, or like built into the side of the hotel, that are those little like constellation lights and stuff. So I thought that was really nice. Also, I am going to say this about the hotel before I forget. The plating on the hotel is really cool.
Gosh,
when you get close to it, it looks like those like 90s like bejeweled, like all my sisters, it was on all their toys and stuff like that, and like
the peel and stick earrings.
And so there's a couple areas outside where I think it would be fun to like there's like good photo ops out there.
Oh my gosh, so many.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I thought the room overall was great. I thought there's an arcade, there's a rec room for your kids, there's a laundromat.
A laundry room.
A laundry room, whatever the word is.
I know.
I thought
I'm from the South. I'm not throwing stones.
Well, I thought it was good. I mean, Hannah and I, when we went into the gaming room, we were like, "Want to come back and play this Jurassic Park game?"
Oh man, we never did.
I know.
Yeah, we gotta go back.
Do they have the classic Jurassic Park console game? Like the
No, it's a giant thing, like almost like the sphere,
like
and you get in, and it's like
I think
huge.
you shoot at dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Because like the original Jurassic Park one?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that would be cooler. But
No,
sorry.
I mean, I like that they upgraded it too. That's cool.
And they have a gym.
They do.
What Value Resort has a gym?
Cabana Bay.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. I've never stayed there.
The Jack LaLanne,
that's
one.
right.
It's
Somebody needs to take me. to
Has
Cabana
anybody
Bay.
here stayed at Endless Summer?
No.
Yeah, I have.
How would you compare the amenities between the three?
I think a lot of people were saying that. I met some people while we were there too who were like, "Oh, I think I like those ones just a little bit better." I think this hotel, I think it did itself a disservice a little bit by not having the family suites here. So at Endless Summer, those two resorts, you can the family suite has an
suites.
area where it is essentially that, and then also there's like a picnic table in the room. So you've got a whole table that you can set out and eat, have the family dinner or whatever. I feel like we need to, before we just give our final thoughts, is mention transportation.
Let's talk about that.
We took the bus. Okay. And do you guys remember how long it took both ways?
About 20 minutes. It was like 17, 18 minutes each way. So I would always estimate about 20 minutes.
I'd give yourself 20. I had other people come up and say it was like 13 for them, 16, whatever. I don't know how they got the 13.
All green lights, maybe.
Girl, because that's what I'm saying. I was like, we didn't hit traffic or anything.
Right.
We just went.
Just going through.
Will it be shorter once they finish that road? Like the flyover they keep talking about?
So
I don't know, because I think we were
the 20
driving
minutes is
on the
fine.
new road at
we
one
were
point.
driving on a Universal bus specific lane at some point too.
Right.
Because I noticed when we were driving into Stella Nova, there's a specific, not into Stella Nova, but towards it. We were still in the heart of central Orlando. There's a construction sign that says Universal bus lane. And so they get a dedicated something to bypass like the mess of the traffic cones and the barricades and everything.
Yeah.
But we're still like driving through with everybody else in that area.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But it's kind of weird. I'll be honest.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, that was kind of it. Just at like 20 minutes, I think is pretty good. Like that's similar to Disney. Like I think somebody said like
Magic
Animal Kingdom. Yeah, the Magic Kingdom. It's similar. So it's not necessarily the time. It's just I don't think I've ever had that experience before where it's like, you know, you're in this like highly themed area and then all of a sudden you're like
out of the bubble.
Yeah, you're like on I-4 and you're by gas stations and billboards for Disney World and you're like, well, but I'm going to Universal. So, but I mean the time and the buses were, I don't know if they'll stay that way, but they were always there. Like we never had to wait for a bus. So I got no complaints.
Yeah, no, I mean the bus was nice enough, and it drops you right off at City Walk, right by security. You know, I think the bus will probably end up being faster than a Lyft or an Uber or anything, because they'll have to take regular roads. And I'm just thinking like,
and you have to wait
a
for
Saturday. I drive like that area that they're in. That is a congested area. So we'll see once these roads get finished a little more. But I think that is going to be your like fastest way, you know, back and forth and stuff. But okay. Well, final thoughts on the hotel. Would you stay there again? Like, would you recommend the hotel to somebody coming to town and they're like, I'm going to stay at one of the Universal hotels?
So I've got.
Let's pretend.
Yeah.
Let's say, let's do both. The park currently isn't open. It doesn't open until May 22nd. So let's say, would you recommend it before, or would you wait to recommend it after, or is that irrelevant to the stay? Go ahead.
For me, it's if you want to check out the newest hotel, absolutely. Any Universal fan should go check it out at the very least. However, before or even after, for me, I don't think it's necessary to stay at this hotel. The biggest point for me is once the park is even open with this initial phase of tickets, you can only visit once. So when you counter that into you're staying at the hotel right next door, you still have to bus ride over to the majority of Universal's offerings. And personally, I just love Cabana Bay and its amenities, and it may not be as affordable. What'd you say?
So you got to take me sometime.
Oh, you have to go. I mean, there's an actual Starbucks in the lobby, not proudly serving. There's an actual Starbucks in the lobby. The theming, the overall feel, the amenities. I know we didn't get to enjoy like the poolside movies or the fire pit because of the weather. Why didn't they have the fire pit going though? It was cold out.
I don't know. We said the same thing. I
just thought about that.
Was it on?
Nope.
No.
But it was just out. Yeah.
It was out there.
I guess because it was raining.
Because I do s'mores.
Yes, it was raining that one day. It was like raining the one day.
Right,
but it was like the other day I was like,
it was just cold.
Why isn't this on? Why isn't this on during the day?
Yeah, and there's characters in the lobby doing meet and greets when you check in on a normal day, not just like, you know, the first day of the hubbub of the blast off of Stella Nova, which was really cute, but like that those characters are not there every day.
Yeah.
You have Gru, you have trolls, you have minions in the Cabana Bay lobby on an average check-in day. So I don't know, for the value of the money and the proximity to everything, I would still recommend Cabana Bay.
Okay, so for me, I would not stay there before Epic opens. I just wouldn't. I would stay if you were maybe. I have a client doing this. They're coming in for the convention center, and so they're staying there. And the rate they paid was just over $100. You can't beat that.
No.
So I think,
especially in that area,
right? Yeah, you totally could. I mean, it's right there, and I think, and it's a fun resort. So I think for that it makes sense. Before Epic Universe opens, I'm kind of like, don't do it. Like, I think I would be disappointed because for me, like when I come on vacation, especially to somewhere as highly themed as Universal, like the construction that's around there is like pretty serious, and that it just takes me out of it. Like you were in a construction zone. Once Epic opens, I think if I was coming in for that weekend, all in for Epic Universe, even if I was, or not even just that weekend, but just for the opening, even if I was just doing one day, I would consider it because it is so much less than Helios. Yeah. So, but I mean, again, we don't know yet. That's not open. Obviously, it's a different amenities and a different category of resort. So I would consider it, but I'm like you. I would still be tempted by the other resorts, especially because, to your point, 90% of the time, you're not going to be going to Epic Universe. Mm-hmm. So the perk of being able to walk over there and have these amenities close by is only a perk for one day of your vacation. But I mean, it's a cool resort, and I do think the value is still good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for me, I think if you're coming here and this is the one that shows up, that it's the cheapest, and you're like, well, I want to do the cheapest one, I think 100%. I don't think you're going to be disappointed when it comes to that. I think for what it offers for the price, I don't know why my camera flickered right then, but I think what it offers for the price is totally worth what you're getting. So I would definitely say that. You do make a really valid point about the theme park and really only being able to get that for a third. Let's say you stay there 3 nights, that's a third of your thing, but 100%. If you're coming to the convention center, I think it is. I think that's great. There is a Publix literally like right across the street with like a Dunkin' Donuts is over there and stuff. There's stuff to get to easily. I do think that the endless summer resorts, you can walk to like, get like, oh, we're going to go get like KFC. I think you can get there easier than you can right now for the because of the construction and everything. Sorry, my camera keeps flickering, so I had to change and it threw me for a loop.
I know
but
we've had a couple things happen.
It might be cursed. It's the wrap it up, gang. Wrap it up.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
But no, I actually think I liked the resort. I liked the theming. I liked the sort of mid-century modern look to it. It's got a little gift shop in the lobby, which was nice. We didn't mention that. All the stuff being sold there was from the new park, so that was fun.
Yeah, no Stella Nova merch though.
No branded merchandise, like I said earlier, either. Yeah, the only place you can get that is that cup that is outside at the Galaxy Bar, if that is open. But I would like to try the Galaxy Bar again. I do want to say the thing that made your that black hole drink, which was like a espresso martini special, was like I saw them spray the inside of the glass with peppermint. So that's what gives it that little extra sort of thing. Yeah. So there is I think it's one of those, if you're staying there, you're going to be happy, I think. There wasn't really, there is going to be a bus ride. So it is really, that's the thing you have to weigh to yourself. Are you okay doing that? I think you're going to be fine with the resort then. Because, I don't know, I liked it.
And the theme is unique. That resonates with people, if you're into space, which... Aren't we all?
Hey, I need my space.
Yeah, same.
But that is going to do it for this review of the Stella Nova Resort. If you have any more questions, of course, leave those comments on this video. Or if you are listening to this, please rate and review the podcast wherever you can do that. If you're watching this, obviously, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click that bell button. You'll get notified whenever we publish new content here at the Diz Unlimited. If you are listening to this and you want to send us some feedback or... ideas for future topics or things you'd like to know about Universal, for future episodes or things like that. We'd love to do that. So you can send an email to podcast@dizunlimited.com. And that goes for everybody out there. We're always looking to cater our content around you and how you can we can better assist you in planning the perfect Universal vacation. And with that said, don't forget about Dreams Unlimited Travel when planning that vacation, because they'll help you out. They'll help you out all right. I don't know why I said it like that, but
I'll book you there. I'll get you there.
I'll put you right in space. I don't know what this is.
It's a knuckle sandwich.
Man yells
those are
at
not
moon.
included.
Those are. You can't find these in that Cosmos Cafe. That's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time. But until then, remember, be excellent to each other.